Hello, I'm Peter Vaughan, and today I'm at Consort Van Conversion Motorhomes in Leeds. Have a look round the factory and see what they do. The Consort Van Conversion Motorhomes.
Yes.
Bit of a mouthful. Yeah. You're clearly very specialist in what you do.
We in terms of van conversions, we fit the void between, let's say, a pop top and a motorhome. So, although we call ourselves, we describe our vehicles as motorhomes, a van conversion sits right in the middle between a campervan and a motorhome. We would see ourselves as a motorhome manufacturer, but in a van conversion shell, if you like. So, yes, that's
very much about two people. There's no family models. It's just about the two-berth market.
Yeah, our niche is two-berth van conversions. So we work on the basis that we can optimize the space in, let's say, for example, a 6 meter, which is our most popular size. We can, within that space, we can create a two-berth conversion that gives all the benefits of a full-blown motorhome, but in the drivability of a camp van, or the term van conversion, or that drivability is the key aspect.
So it doesn't have to be the 6 meter. You do the smaller and the larger one.
Yeah, we work on 5.4 meters, we work on 6 meters, and we work on 6.36 meters. So that's the range of sizes that we convert. But we want to be able to give people all the benefits of a motorhome, but with the drivability of a van. And that's really our little niche there.
We've known each other a long time. You've been in this market for, nearly 20 years?
We have, 20 years, prox,
What you do comes from personal experiences of using the vehicle.
Yeah. Jane and I have been camping, motorhoming for decades. And, it's that personal experience and having used a variety of different vehicles over the years, it's that experience that has allowed us to fine-tune our needs as two people wanting the optimum space when we are out motorhoming. We wanted to be able to create pretty much a one-stop shop, so that people who are travelling some distance are able to see a full selection of two-berth van conversions all in one place. So here we've now got a full manufacturing facility where we're working on 20 plus vans at any time. They're all at different stages of the process. And that allows people to come and see what's going on. They can actually see what they're getting for the money.
And if a customer's already got a pop-top VW or a coach-built motorhome, you can accommodate that?
We can, yeah. We see a lot of people who are upsizing, a lot of people who are downsizing. We have a relationship with a trade buyer, and they are able to then deal directly with our customers, buy the van from them to release their funds, so that money goes directly into the customer's account, and that frees up the capital so they can make the transition from what they've got, whether it's a pop-top or whether it's a coach-built or even another van conversion, and that will then free up their funds, and then we can look after them from there.
And these are expensive vehicles now. Is there a more budget option for people if funds are tighter?
Yeah, we've seen these van conversions, especially post-COVID. We've seen the prices rise steadily, and a lot of that has been down to the cost of the base vehicle, the cost of raw materials, component parts have gone up dramatically. As enthusiasts, We want to be able to accommodate fellow enthusiasts, and we often are able to source base vehicles, particularly on the Peugeot, where we're able to put together a package that is a bit more affordable. These packages will be often on our website and available at the show.
To savings likely to give people.
Yeah, on the Peugeot deal, the Peugeot is built as more of a fixed spec package, or they certainly have been historically. But the savings can be as much as £10,000. Sometimes more, depending on what vehicles we've got available at the time. So I would suggest that if anybody is looking for quality conversion and some real grounded specialist support in the process of buying this vehicle, that they come and see us, or they look on our website and they can then see what packages we've got, and we can hopefully try and tailor a package to suit their budget.
Right. I think it's time to go and have a look, don't you?
Okay, yeah, let's go and have a look. I'll show you around.
So this is the start. The vans come in from outside. You've got how many vans waiting for conversion?
Outside in the yard at the moment, there's going to be about 40 vans.
40?
Yeah. And we have another storage facility about a mile or so away from here, where we've got backup of base vehicles. So the base vehicles arrive literally, on a daily basis. They arrive into Portbury Dock, where they have their PDI, and then they come directly from Portbury to here. Part of the conversion here, part of the process, is what we call chassis prep, and this vehicle is ready to start the conversion process, where we put in the wiring loom, the insulation, fleur, so that it's then ready for the main conversion.
So nothing's happened to this one.
Nothing's happened
but
to this.
Further down the line, they're starting to progress.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at what happens next.
That's right. Yeah, as we progress down here, you'll see the transition taking place.
So here we are a little bit further down the line, and what's happened to the van since it came in now?
So since this van came in, we've cut the windows. We've got the wiring loom. We have a specially made loom.
Yeah.
So each of these wires has its own purpose. This loom has been fitted, so all the wiring has been done in this one. This is now waiting for the floor to be fitted, which again is quite an involved process. We've got to get the floor absolutely flat and level and square. This has already got some of the insulation in. All the way in the cavities, it's filled with insulation, as well as the first layer of sound deadening and a foil-backed insulation, which will give this all-season use.
And you said about the wiring loom that was as much about fault finding further down the line.
Yeah. We have a colour-coded wiring loom, so each wire has got its own specific job, and it allows us, if there is a fault somewhere down the line or in years to come, if there's something that shows its head, it allows us to fault find it and troubleshoot it, because we can follow the wire, the colour-coded wire, right the way back to where we think there is any potential fault.
So now, next stage, we've got a floor in the van.
Yeah, this has got the floor in. This takes several hours to get the floor absolutely level and plumb, as we've said. The other thing that we do with the floor, so that we get the holes for the pipework and the cables to come through, the floor is CNC'd with the holes already in position. So this one's at a point now where the floor's in and the holes are ready to be drilled through. So we get the holes in exactly the right place.
So now we're underneath the van. What's going on here then?
So what's going on here is Steve is he's already fitted the gas, the underslung LPG tank.
And that's something you fit on all the vehicles?
Something we fit on all the vehicles, yeah. Even if they're having diesel, we still fit an LPG, a diesel heater. We still fit an LPG tank because we found that that cooking is still better used for gas. So you get a gas oven, but that LPG tank that is under there will keep a gas oven going for probably 3 or 4 years, even if you even if you're using it regularly.
So they might change the van before they buy gas.
Yeah, they might only fill that gas tank once, but for cooking, if you were going to go for a company diesel heater, then we still fit that LPG because it will feed the oven. Then we've got the water tanks to go on here. You see the brackets are all in place. Steve's got the brackets in place here. These brackets hold the water tanks, both the fresh water and the wastewater. And then you can see the waste pipe coming out from the washroom, the main 40mm feed for the fresh water tank. And then all this cabling, everything is all wrapped with the conduit, so it protects it from any moisture and the road wear that it might get. So underneath the van, it's surprising just how much work goes on under here.
So you make all the furniture for the vans in-house. Everything's here.
Yeah.
And CNC machine, obviously.
Yeah. So everything is programmed onto this CNC, this computer cutter, basically. So it means that we get a precision cut every time. So each vehicle is exactly the same cut every time. Once it comes off the CNC, it then goes onto the benches. So this is constructed on the bench, which saves us time working in the van itself. So these guys will do the edging, the cleaning, and then they'll construct the carcass section. Once we've done that, it goes onto a trolley. So each van has its own individual trolley, and that full trolley is a full set of furniture for each conversion.
Do you build them in batches, or could there be different models going down the line?
So generally we would work with one full van, but it may mean there's an overlap then between the next van starting. And then once these trolleys have got the full van on, then it'll go to one side, and then that goes through onto the fitter to meet the van coming through from chassis prep, and that happens in the middle of the factory there.
So then this is the trolley, all the furniture for this van?
This is the trolley. This van is nearing completion.
Yep.
So you can see there's obviously not as much on the trolley. Kitchen has been fitted. I believe the boiler has been fitted as well. So this is nearing completion and ready to go through to PDI. Ready for the...
And how long from the first stage where an empty Fiat van arrives to the van leaving ready for a customer, how long does that take?
Right, okay, so from the van coming in there, it's in the chassis prep for about 5 days.
Yeah.
It goes on to the RAM for a couple of days to have the tanks done.
2 days.
2 days, 2 days on the tanks. There's quite a lot goes on under the van. And then the main build in this section here is around about 8 days, 8 to 10 days, depending on the size of the van. And then once that is done, it'll then go through to PDI for a thorough clean. The decals are then put on. So once it's actually come from build, there's a good 5 days or so after that preparing the van for the customer and making sure that everything's all fitted and clean and exactly as it should be.
All ready to go.
All ready to go, yeah.
So then what have we got in this sort of corner of the factory?
So this section here is where we make the seat bases, which is what John and Lewis are doing now. So this box is in the bottom and the base of the seat neatly. And we also wrap the ceilings, so the ceiling cards are wrapped, the door cards are wrapped. This wrap that we put on, this finish that we put on, will withstand the higher temperatures in the summer. The van does get quite warm and it can get quite warm. So this is an important part of the build process. All the door cards and seat bases are prepared in this section, and then they go into the main build where the fitters will fit them.
So people can make an appointment with you, have the same factory tour as I've just enjoyed, and then they come through into your showroom. And what, 7 or 8 vans here?
Yeah, there's always 7 or 8 vans, sometimes more.
Yeah.
You know, we like to show people what goes into the build process, as we've just seen. And then, you know, we've got a showroom with, as you say, 7 or 8 different vehicles.
So all 3 different lengths.
All 3 different lengths.
And now I understand you've got the rear lounge, which you've always done, and fixed beds for 2025 as well.
2025, we're launching the Nova fixed bed. The Reef is also available with twin fixed beds, and the version of the Oslo, which we're going to call the Duet, that is available with twin fixed beds as well.
And I think you said that you're going to go for like a domestic quality mattress, because often these fixed beds at the back, they're different sections of bed, they're not one complete mattress, and you see that as offering something special.
Yeah, I think, you know, often you'll see just standard high density foam, even on a fixed bed, and they're made up of sections, and invariably you're sleeping and falling down each section. Because we want to do it properly, we're going with a proper mattress. We have a company who's going to make that mattress for us specifically, and they're going to offer different grades of mattress so that you can custom choose the correct softness and density of the mattress that suits your sleeping.
Presumably in the single bed ones, you could even have his and hers mattresses.
Yeah. And that may be, that may happen.
Yeah. So final stage, they come through here for PDI and graphics, and to make sure everything's in fully working order.
Yeah. So once the build has been completed, it comes through here to Ryan and Mark. These guys then do the final clean, the final check. They make sure that everything's working as it should be. There's a full gas check, full electrical check. The vehicle then goes for its graphics. Then it comes back to here for its final clean, and then ready for handover to the customer.
What happens if a customer's out on a campsite and he says, I've got a problem?
Yeah, invariably with any kind of tech, often there may be the odd glitch, or sometimes it's just a case of a misunderstanding how something works. So we have a direct line straight into this technical side of the business. Each customer will have the mobile number, which brings them straight through to this department, which means that they can get one-to-one technical support after they've picked up their van if there is anything that they're unsure about, and they can have a conversation directly with the guys who understand all aspects of the van.
Okay, I think the final thing is just to go and look at a finished van then.
Yeah, let's go and have a look at, we've got an Oslo that's finished, so we'll go and sit in an Oslo and we'll show you a finished van.
So we're in the Oslo,
Yeah.
The longest model in the range.
Yeah.
Plenty of space in this rear lounge.
Yeah, heaps of space in this rear lounge, and this has been the key to our layout, to have this huge wraparound lounge.
And I think it's the fact that it's a wraparound, because so many other rear lounge models, you just got the straight settees, haven't you?
And the straight settees work to a great extent. However, what we found is that people enjoy this nice, big, comfy corner to sit in. They can put their feet up. There's scope here to have this shelf arrangement, which works really, really well.
So you haven't got to get the table out when you're having a cup
You
of
don't
coffee.
have to get the table out. The table's there if they want to get the table out. But this works great. You can put a cuppa on there, or a glass of something. There's easy access to USB for charging your phone. And this cosy wrap-round lounge has been very popular for us, and we, as you say, there's lots of van conversions with just these straight sofa bench seats, and the other major.
I know what you're going to say, because it's the thing I like about your conversions. Compared with the straight settees, it's the storage. Because I've always been a fixed bed fan, but to have that storage without having to have a fixed bed is a great sort of win-win.
The storage under here is amazing. Most people want to take some folding chairs, reclining chairs are even more popular these days. they want to take some chocks and a barbecue maybe, and some outdoor furniture, somewhere to put their muddy boots. So this boot area here is really important, and I think is a key part of our conversions. The other thing that we've done is we've wrapped all this area here so it feels more like a fixed pod or a coach built. So
yeah, you're not getting the drafts through the back.
You're not getting the draft through the back. That's right. And also, there's no metal exposed here at all. The other thing that we've done is we've put the top box that runs all the way across the back. There's some of that storage accessible from the back door. We actually run a heating duct around here as well. So there's a heat element that comes up through here and keeps this back wall cozy. The other thing that this does is it acts as a headboard, so you're not sleeping with your head up against the back of the van doors. So, and it also, when you do have your cushions in place like we have now, when you open the back doors, the cushions don't fall out. So this really works well for us. All double glazed windows all the way around. And this, as you say, it's cosy and it really works.
Great. It's been great to come and see the factory and how you actually build them.
Yeah, thanks very much, Peter. Thanks for coming to see us. It's great. Thank you.